Hello and welcome inside our Oklahoman studio for another playoff edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Crawl alongside Brian Davis and Grant Long. We make up the Thunder broadcast team, of course, with the help of Matt Pinto, who will join us later in the show. And guys, what a week it has been once again. Has your heart slowed down just a little bit? Because it's been pretty exciting.
It really has been exciting, and very rarely do you see in a playoff situation where all guys that play in the game have a significant impact, and we saw that with the Thunder.
I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep, but that aside, okay, I want to just isolate on the Thunder's defense on Zach Randolph, who shot 58% against Oklahoma City during the regular season, 55% in Game 1, Games 2 through 5. 18% is what Zach Randolph is shooting, and I'm reminded of the old football phrase, cut off the head and the body dies.
A big difference. Well, it's almost tough to remember Game 3 in this series, and that's okay because the epic triple overtime victory in Game 4 was exactly what the Thunder needed to regain home court advantage and ride that momentum through Game 5 in the Oklahoma City Arena. It's been fun to watch, but for those who maybe just couldn't keep their eyes open on some of the late finishes, here's a recap.
The scene has shifted for Games 1 and 2 from Oklahoma City Arena to the FedEx Forum in Memphis for Game 3. Squeezing left behind a Gasol pick, charges to the rim, lays it up, no good, blocked inside by Ibaka. His second, Perkins on the loose ball. The Young, one-on-one on Cephalosha. Fakes left, burrows right, spins up and under, Ibaka erased another shot. It's a block party, Serge Ibaka putting it on and showing him the way on Beale Street. Vasquez loses it to Maynard. Up the middle, 3-on-2. Slicing away from Mayo. Baseline to Harden for the two-hand rim-rocking slam dunk. Off the ankle-busting maneuver. Westbrook, wing right, looks low, dumps to Perkins. Cuts by, gets it back on the give-and-go. A beautiful dish, and Westbrook slices and scores with a left-hand scoop. Thunder on a run right now. Swerving left behind a Perkins pick. Feeds Durant. Pulls up, fires, 20-footer straight away. Nothing but net. Durant and the Thunder feeling it now. Wing left, Battier with 6. Right side angle, Young off the pump fake. Down the lane, dunks. Uncontested, timeout Thunder. My goodness. Thunder led by 13 going to the fourth. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to set the third game in incredible fashion. The Thunder 1 and 2 away from home during this postseason. Baseline to Randolph. He'll loft an 18-foot jumper that's good. It has been a disastrous start to Game 4 for the Thunder. Corner right to Cook. Free for another three online. Back-to-back DC threes. Rebound Durant, fades and fires on the follow and knocks it down. Suddenly, the Thunder have the Grizzlies on their heels defensively. Swerving left, slices right, down the lane, dunks! Oh, he rose up, reared back, and threw it down on Randolph. A massive flush, what a rally. Hands to Harden, stutter steps, blasting right, jump past Low Muhammad, another two-hand rim-rocking throwdown.
Terrific pocket passing.
Conley swerving left wing with 5, hoist a 3 for the tie, it's good! With 3.5 left, do you believe it? Kicks to Durant, angle left 3 by Kevin online, cha-ching, a Thunder money ball! KD rises, it's not how many, but when, and Kevin Durant just strokes a bit of genius. Straightaway Vasquez, stutter steps, pulls up, fires a 3 angle, right, it's good! It's tied at 109, unbelievable! We got double overtime in Memphis. Stutter steps with 3, slices right with 2, pulls up, fires, the leaning 18-footer is short at the buzzer, right at the lane, and we've got a third overtime in Memphis. Jump hook blocked by Ibaka! Serge's first block of Game 4 is a big one. Durant with 8, crossing over twice, behind the back, rises, fires the 21-foot jumper's money! Kevin Durant comes through again. Road tough, road resilient, the Thunder have reclaimed home court advantage, earning a Game 4 triumph. They have not led as yet in the series, looking to accomplish that tonight. Durant a nice job of pinning the rebound against the glass. Swerves baseline, lowers the shoulder, he's in deep and dunks! Throwing down over Gasol.
And Battier comes down with it, knocked away by Cook. Here's Cook, lays it in.
Guys, the defense was fantastic. Keep the energy up on the defensive end. Our shots are going to fall.
3-on-2 up the middle. Barreling. Jump pass baseline Westbrook to the trailing Harden for the 2-hand send down. Knocked away by Westbrook. Russell out in front. Look out below. He winds up and thrusts down the right-hand windmill. Slam dunk. Oh, that was a sight to see. The Oklahoma City Thunder are a win away from the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you talk about fight and toughness and tenacity. We saw it from all the guys in those last couple games.
You know, a win away from the Western Conference Finals. I'm still getting used to playoff edition of Thunder Insider.
You know, I'm gonna
You know what I'm saying?
When you hear that a win away from the Western Conference Finals, it's surreal. It really is. I could have imagined it, but here we are on the brink of it right now.
Just gives you a great testament to the work ethic of this ball club, the players, and I'll tell you, I'm going to say it again, the coaching staff does not get enough credit, because one of the things that's happened here in this series, in a 7-game series, this coaching staff is whip smart, and they've figured out some things the Grizzlies do, and they've taken them away.
Well, you talk about charting some serious minutes this week, and one of the guys who it seems like his gears just keep going up and up, Russell Westbrook. We saw some good, we saw some bad, but here's the thing. He kept attacking, and either way, he was making things happen for this team.
Whatever he does, especially on offense, is really predicated by his ability to get to the rim, to penetrate, and everything flows from that.
Well, the one thing you can say about Westbrook is he's consistent at whatever it is that he's doing, and that is getting to the basket. He's been very consistent all season with that. You know what he's trying to do. And I like the fact that when you look at how many shots this guy is getting, a lot of it's predicated on the fact that Kevin Durant, the NBA's leading scorer 2 times over, is being doubled and sometimes triple teamed. When that happens, you have to have a player who's willing to step up and drive the ball to the basket and try to generate some offense.
You know, his numbers the last couple of games won't kill you. His assists to turn about 2 to 1, but he's got 8 rebounds, he's got 4 steals and 2 block shots. And, you know, I mean, it's all the little things.
Yeah, you speak of those numbers. At the end of the game, the rebounds columns often tells us, you know, who won the game. In Game 5, for instance, the Thunder out-rebounded the Grizzlies by 18. Going hand in hand with that, they also doubled up Memphis in second chance points.
I'll tell you what, you could see this trend developing in our 2 games in Memphis. And Grant, second chance scoring, Memphis through the regular season and Game 1 was shooting 60%. But now packing the paint a little bit tighter, sacrificing some things out top, the Thunder has forced the Grizzlies 38% in the paint the last 4 games.
Well, 2 things happen during a playoff series. Your opponent's going to take away your main option. That is Kevin Durant. He has seen the double and triple teams. And that's when I heard you say it, the 50-50 balls come into play, meaning you got to get in there, get some offensive rebounds. Those loose balls that come straight, you've got to recover those and put the ball in the basket. Those are the times that will sustain your offense when it's struggling in the half court. When you can get those 50-50 balls and get second chance opportunities, you give yourself a real chance to win.
Some adjustments, some improvements. We've seen it all playing out for the Thunder in the last couple games. Scott Brooks' crew looking pretty good right now.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Him knowing that he's a big-time player in this league, and he did things for us that, you know, we needed. I think you're going to see a new James Harden from here on out.
Welcome back to Thunder Insider.
Harden slices left. High step, jump pass is loaded. Durant! Harden with 7, slicing left. Down the lane, all the way to the rim. He burrows inside and lays it in with the right hand. Gets 7 to shoot, swerving right. Double, jumps it inside. Muhammad's wide open. James Harden playing his best playoff game to date.
We've heard it all throughout the series, but it was Kendrick Perkins who said as the playoffs commenced, expect to see a different guy every night step up and help us win these games. And while it took everything from everyone in a Thunder jersey to win that triple overtime Game 4, the team says the difference was James Harden.
When he's aggressive and challenging the game and challenging the basket, he's hard to stop because he has a great handle, he's strong, and he's quick, and he makes plays, and he can shoot, and he can penetrate, and he's a tremendous passer inside the paint.
You know, I'm just not like a scorer. You know, I'm a playmaker, so I distribute the ball, rebound. Had a couple of block shots, and just try to defend.
Him knowing that he's a big-time player in this league, and he did things for us that, you know, we needed, especially early in that second quarter. He got us going to the basket, he got some fouls, and defense was great. He had 7 assists and 7 rebounds, and he had big shots in overtime, so I think you're going to see a new James Harden from here on out.
Joining us now, the radio voice of Thunder basketball, Matt Pinto, and those were some pretty strong words there from KD and James himself speaking of his performances.
When your third scoring option, and that really is what Harden has become since the Thunder orchestrated that trade back in late February, is capable of playing the complete game we're seeing from him in the playoffs, it really provides his team with a boost and generates an element, Grant, I think few teams in this league can match or top. And with him rebounding and assisting and really grinding defensively to stop his man, 3 block shots in Game 4, it is impressive and it separates this team.
Well, just to go back to his college days, that's exactly what he did. What we're seeing James Harden do now, become a facilitator of offense. He knocked down standstill jump shots. When I had the conversation with him, he talked about having the ball in his hands quite a bit during his college years. So he's getting back to that point now where he's handling the ball in that second unit. And let's face it, he's the feature guy coming off the bench. And when he can get the ball to the basket, it's going to make some things happen on the perimeter.
Really feeling more confident. And while it's easy to single out James Harden right now, you can't help but mention all of the other second unit guys that are making an impact right now. And really all season long, the reserves has been so composed, so consistent. And I mean, we're talking from Daquan Cook to Nick Collison, Nazir Muhammad, just their composure right now, guys.
Well, the chemistry, Grant, with the second unit is outstanding. They really now understand one another's strengths and weaknesses, where each other wants the ball, working really well together. And when you have a unit that's as intact as the second unit is, they're just getting better and better as the playoffs go on, it seems.
I completely agree with that. And I like the fact that when you're a bench player, you have to sit there and you have to watch the flow of the game and find out, okay, when I get in, what can I do to help us either increase the lead or get into the game? And that reserve, and as a reserve, you have to understand that. And I think to a man, those guys coming off the bench have really been able to do that, picking up on the defensive schemes and being able to make the right decisions with the basketball to score, rebound, or whatever it may be. I thought that takes place when you're sitting on the bench and watching.
And when you say that, the guy who comes to my mind, Eric Maynor, right away. He feels that flow, knows how to set the tone for his guys when he steps in. But what a role Daquan has created for himself. In Game 5, he certainly had the hot hand, hitting 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from behind the arc. 18 points in 18 minutes of play, the team's second leading scorer. And Brian Davis caught up with Daquan after the game.
Daquan Cook finished just 2 points off of his playoff career high with 18 points, including the exclamation point that left this crowd in a frenzy at the Oklahoma City Arena. When you consider the way that this game went down, what was the most important thing? And it seems like you just started the game by setting a certain tone.
It was important for us to come out with start the game off great, with a lot of energy, and throwing the first punch, as Coach would say. It was important because they came out and did the same thing Game 4, but luckily we was able to come back and you match their, physicality, and their aggressiveness. It actually makes the game a lot easier for us.
Then you got a chance to work the break a little bit and make them run, make them play chase, put some pressure on them that way, and that also seemed to just sort of widen the gap.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, the most important thing was we rebounded, on the defense end, getting stops and rebounding and boxing out, the guys that's, capable of offensive rebounding big against us. So it was just important for us to do that so we can, get out on the break, which is what we were really good at.
You've also played a part, the smaller guys have played a part in that paint defense, denying that extra pass that worked so well for them early in the series.
Oh, yeah, it's important, because at the end of the day, they don't have guys just knock down shooters, so it allows us to help more in the paint, knowing that they perimeters like to drive more than shoot, so it's just important for us to help clog it up so they can't drive or be able to pass it in the post.
Daquan making shots is a huge difference for the Thunder without question against this Grizzly defense, which is trying to solve the Oklahoma City offense. But just his mere presence draws a defender and enables Russell Westbrook to crank off the dribble and create space on the interior on the dribble drive. And it makes an enormous difference when Daquan Cook has a presence on the floor for Oklahoma City. It's the reason they're up 3-2 right now in small part.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
I'm Ben.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And we're the flyaway winners for round 2 of the NBA playoffs.
Welcome back to Thunder Insider.
It's time now to go around the league, and I would feel like we might be bearing the lead if we didn't start out with the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers, the two-time defending champions, being swept by the Mavs. And really, I thought even at 0-3, LA still had a shot, but not at all. What do you think? Give Dallas credit in this case?
Well, I think Dallas, in rebounding the way they did from the Game 4 collapse in Portland and not losing again in the playoffs, shows some character and some muster maybe we've not seen from them in the past. But I almost look at this series from the standpoint of the Lakers collapsing. It was really a disgraceful exit for them, not just the sweep, but the way they went out. A couple of reprehensible fouls in Game 4 by Odom and Bynum. And Grant, this team, it seemed, had a toll taken collectively, bidding for a 4th straight run to the NBA Finals. They just seemed to totally come apart at the seams.
Well, they certainly have a lot of miles on them if you talk about getting to the finals 3 years in a row, trying to make it a 4th. But I think there was something wrong internally with that ball club. It looked like they were emotionally detached from the playoffs in that round against the Dallas Mavericks. But give the Mavs a little bit of credit. They shot the ball well, and you're a shooting team. The ball must go through the basket. Jason Terry, J.J. Barea, and Dirk Nowitzki, these guys really put the ball in the basket. So you give them the credit that they were able to step up and make shots. But is that going to work over the long haul? That's still in question.
And I got to go back to the Lakers now, because I think the question now becomes Phil Jackson. Will he stay or will he go? 11 NBA titles. You could just go on and on about his resume, but is it time for Coach Jackson to hang up the clipboard?
He has hit the road and will not be seen again in Los Angeles. I do think there's a possibility down the road of him coming back to potentially coach and be part of a management team somewhere. It's going to take a different sort of challenge for Phil Jackson, I think, Grant, to step away from the ranch in Montana, where he can live the easy life. He's got 11 titles. No head coach in American team sports can boast that. And I think Jackson's legacy is intact, even if he does walk away right now.
I agree. Weird, quirky, eccentric, whatever you want to call Phil Jackson, he gets the job done. He knows how to coach and manage personalities at a high level. But I think his team may at some point through this season, at this season, maybe got tired of hearing Phil Jackson. I thought the way this guy has been able to go about his business, he's good for basketball, Phil Jackson is. With all that he is, he's very good for basketball. I'm going to miss that personality.
It's interesting you say that, because I know for me, it'll be very odd to see the Lakers without him standing there at the end of the bench. That will definitely show the era transitioning, in my opinion. Well, as always, the Thunder well represented on the road, and this series there's been tons of Thunder blue jerseys inside and out of the FedEx Forum in Memphis, and 2 of those OKC fans were flown to Game 4 courtesy of the Thunder and the Oklahoma Lottery.
I'm Ben.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And we're the flyaway winners for round 2 of the NBA playoffs. My friend Eric told me about the trip. It was on the website, and I have to enter everything. So I entered, and I won. I'd actually forgot that I even entered the contest.
I totally didn't believe Ben whenever he told me that he had won the contest. I couldn't believe it.
Awesome. This is like the most unbelievable trip. Everybody here is nice. You're on Bill Street. You couldn't ask for anything more.
I am ecstatic. We've never won anything like this before. This is such a great experience. It's so surreal. We're just excited to be here and excited to go to Game 4.
We're on Bill Street. We're headed to the arena right now to get our tickets and root on the Thunder. Go Thunder! 106. This is awesome.
Such an awesome experience. I'm so glad we were here to experience this, and it was such a nail-biting game. And I'm so glad.
Couldn't get any better than this.
Absolutely.
3 overtimes on a much-needed road win, and we got it. So go Thunder!
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Everybody's got to get their T-shirt on. I hear the Thunder fans have a 98.3% of putting the T-shirts on. Tonight we're aiming for 100%.
Welcome back to Thunder Insider.
My friend got an alert on Twitter that said that the Thunder players are going to be coming in around 3:30 in the morning.
I was basically just hyped up from the game. I mean, I couldn't sleep.
I couldn't believe that they tied it up 3 overtimes. I was actually getting kind of nervous, but they pulled it out.
Maybe see Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook get an autograph or something. That'd be cool. If not, though, it'd be cool just to see him and say, hey, good job.
The players so impressed by that greeting, not expecting it at all. And at each and every home game throughout the playoffs, the OKC arena has been blanketed by Thunder fans wearing T-shirts supporting their team. In this week's Stealing the Mic, Steely took on the role of T-shirt police.
All right, it's big, Game 5. The crowd is going to be loud. They've got to be proud. And that includes putting their T-shirts on. You need a white balance for the camera? Need a white balance? It shouldn't be a problem. We found an offender. We found an offender. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to put the T-shirt on. I'm sure you've got six-pack abs. You don't have to worry about it. You guys make sure that everybody in your row gets them on, all right?
We just took all together. It's all one big crowd, all one big thing, and it's like an army. ready to go.
Man, I think they're awesome. I think that everybody comes out and love to see when you first get here. You get here early and you see the stadium. You see everything all the same color. I think it shows a sense of pride and unity. Happy to be a part of it.
We're going to get our shirt right now.
Okay. Make sure you put it on. Don't forget to put yours on too, okay?
We will. Yeah.
You guys are a really good-looking couple and everything. You look great, very stylish. That would be perfect for the Staples Center for the Lakers. But you're gonna have to put the T-shirt on.
We will. We will.
Now see, that looks very good. The watch looks really good. You've got the nice little beaded bracelet there, everything. You feel good?
I'm good.
You guys, you're putting on your white T-shirt?
Sure.
Sure?
Yep.
You gotta put the white on. What's the deal?
What are you, shirt police?
Exactly, I've got my badge right here, yes. The white T-shirt will match your Red Sox hat, so it's going on, right?
Yeah, definitely.
6 for 6. Grizzlies, go pass through, go on through, get out of here. I mean, the boyfriend, look at this. He's got the look, he's got it all on. And
the thing is just a little large, you know? So, I mean, but I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. So.
You need to, it's all about rising together. So, you know it's a technical foul if you don't put it on.
So, I mean, I'm going to do it.
But now you're a part of the fan community. Don't you feel better?
I feel so much better. I look a lot better. So, I feel good.
All right, look at this crowd. They're fired up. I think our mission is accomplished. Job well done. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go enjoy the game.
Well done, Steely. Very effective. The sea of white looking pretty awesome in the arena. Well, thanks again for joining us here in our Oklahoman studio for this playoff edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. Be sure to join us next week as the Thunder wrap up their series with the Grizzlies. We'll see you then.